Well, it can be seen as a clash between outsiders and establishment candidates. The second GOP debate is tonight and is expected to include rapid-fire questions on foreign and domestic policy. Susanne LaFrankie has more.
Brian, Donald Trump will again be center stage. So far, he's been immune to criticism about his lack of policies, attacks on women and immigrants. But with voters increasingly drawn to anti-establishment candidates, it's uncertain whether attacks from seasoned politicians will make a difference.
The Republican rumble is here at the Reagan Presidential Library. The 11 top-tier hopefuls face off on this stage. Last night, frontrunner Donald Trump talked foreign policy aboard the USS Iowa.
I'm fighting some very nice people, very nice, even though I'm leading in the polls.
But his opponents aren't expected to stay friendly. Trump's surprising durability has some of his rivals shifting strategy, engage without inflicting personal damage.
That target is going to be big on Trump's back. The question is, what's the smart way to go about it?
Trump faces a fresh challenge from Ben Carson. The retired neurosurgeon is rising in the polls.
The primary cameras are there.
While the initial frontrunner, Jeb Bush, has dropped to single digits. The former Florida governor is expected to go after the top contender, but pundits say Trump has the most to lose.
He needs to show his knowledge, show his chops, and maybe rise above the fray a little bit and try to temper down his ego.
For the first time, a woman, former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina, will share the main stage. Trump mocked her looks in a recent article saying, "Look at that face."
Note to Democrat Party, we are not a special interest group. We are the majority of the nation.
Fiorina turned the criticism into a political advantage, airing an ad appealing to women.
It would make some great TV if they got into a tangle, and it would also be a little clarifying to see if Carly Fiorina's rise can sustain the Trump machine, the Trump monster.
The candidates will have to be succinct. They have just 1 minute to answer questions. And even though the election is over a year away, the comments made tonight are likely to echo until Election Day. Brian?
Thanks, Susanne LaFrankie. And Sarah Westwood covers politics for the Washington Examiner. Do you think the debate dynamics will be different with Fiorina included?
Absolutely. She's already been one of the first to come out against Donald Trump. You can expect to see some fireworks between her and Donald Trump, and obviously just her being a woman will change the dynamics, and that candidates might have to be careful about how they go about attacking her, as she is a front runner at this point.
Just getting to that main stage is a major progress for her. Ben Carson is also gaining ground. What do we expect to hear from him tonight?
Well, Ben Carson is not an easy target for the other candidates to go after. He's leading in the polls, trailing only Trump, but he's soft-spoken, he's kind, and for that reason, it'll be difficult to make any attacks on him stick, especially attacks on his character.
He's very smart, too. He's a neurosurgeon, and he points out that he knows more than medicine. The bottom of the pack is really bunched up. Do you see anybody breaking out of that tonight?
Some candidates who are in the race right now absolutely must have a breakout performance to keep going, strategists say. For instance, Scott Walker, who was expected to be a front runner and has dropped to the bottom of the pack. He's been playing it safe. In order to continue to be a contender, he needs to make himself stand out in some way from the rest of the candidates.
So CNN is a very different network than Fox, which sponsored the first debate. They have a different spin on things. Do we expect to see any discussion of issues such as life and religious freedom like we did in the Fox debate?
They might ask a little bit different types of questions because they are a different sort of network. The only thing they promised to do differently than Fox, though, is to pit the candidates against each other and encourage more confrontations rather than just have a controlled environment where candidates respond only to questions like we saw in the Fox debate.
That will make for much better television. Do you see any one-on-ones that could shape up here?
Like we mentioned before, Trump and Fiorina, you're sure to see some fireworks there. Perhaps Rand Paul will come back out swinging. You saw him go after Chris Christie, go after Donald Trump in the last debate. He's typically an attack dog among the pack, so you might see him do the same this time. And of course, Jeb Bush and Donald Trump have a little bit of a feud going right now over Trump's conservative record.
Hopefully no blood. Sarah Westwood from the Washington Examiner. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.